Hey there guys, I'm SonicGhost and welcome to another unboxing. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the Shiver, Fry, and Big Man amiibo that released for Splatoon 3 on November 17th, 2023. This is the second wave of amiibo that released specifically for Splatoon 3 on the Nintendo Switch. A few months after the game came out in 2022, there were a set of amiibo that released specifically for Splatoon 3. And if you want to see an unboxing video over those amiibo, which were the Inkling Girl, Octoling Boy, and Small Fry amiibo that released a few months after Splatoon 3 came out, I have a video of unboxing these figures along with showing off what they give you once you scan them inside of Splatoon 3. So if you want to take a look at that video, I will leave a link to that set unboxing down in the description below. But today, we are here to unbox Shiver, Fry, and Big Man, the three hosts of Splatoon 3. We knew that this was a matter of time to get host amiibo for this game, as every Splatoon has had amiibo released of their hosts near the end of the game's life cycle. Although a year into Splatoon 3's life cycle, getting amiibo hosts, it's a little surprising. I was not expecting to see these amiibo release as soon as they did. I expected these to come out closer to the end of Splatoon 3's update cycle in 2024. But we have these amiibo here now, so let's go ahead and take a look at these three hosts, starting with the first one in the lineup here. Let's take a look at Shiver. This has been a fan favorite character of the three different hosts, and I really do like Shiver myself. I think her design is really nice looking. She has some very colorful ink behind her. You can see the mask that she's holding. It's very detailed. And if we take a look here at the back of the box, we will notice here there's really nothing on the back. It just tells you that this is amiibo and it's compatible with games. It doesn't even tell you it's compatible with the game it's for, Splatoon 3. It looks like at this point Nintendo's getting a lot more simplistic with their amiibo detailing now when it comes to the back of these boxes, which I find a little disappointing. I'm not going to lie. This is very bare bones compared to how the back of the boxes looked for the other Splatoon amiibo that came out only a year prior to these figures. But at least the front of the box is very well detailed with the artwork here of Shiver. So I'll give them credit on that artwork. It's just the back is a little disappointing, I'm not going to lie. But we're not here to take a look at just the box itself. We're here to unbox these said amiibo. So let's go ahead and crack open the packaging here for our first host and take a look at Shiver here up close. There you go. Shiver is out of the box, so let's go ahead and put down the first of the three boxes here and take a look at Shiver. So we can see here up close and personal, this is a very detailed artwork here of Shiver. She really does shine through here in the lighting that I have right now for filming. It's a very reflective set of blue paint behind her, and you can see the rips on her pants here, which is a nice detail. Definitely shows the correct look for her outfit in Splatoon 3. You can turn it around here. You can see how detailed the mask is on her face. You even got individual lines here in between the creases. It's just a very well detailed figure. You can see on top of her hair having the bumps here since she is an Octoling, so you can see the suction cups. You got the little headpiece here. Everything is very well detailed on this said figure. I really like how Shiver looks here. And as an amiibo, her colors really pop too. So this is a nice looking figure to have on a shelf. But that's figure one of three. So let's put Shiver aside and take a look at our second host here, Fry. Fry here, yet another detailed looking box. You can see her mask here in the artwork and very well detailed look at the said character. And then if we take a look at the back, just like with the Shiver amiibo, there's no information. It's just, it's amiibo, used with amiibo compatible games. So while the box is still a little disappointing on the back, at least we have some nice clean artwork here on the front. It's a very nice looking set here, but let's go ahead and take Fry out of the said packaging and take a look at the figure now up close. There we go. Now we got Fry out. Amiibos, I swear, at times get harder and harder to take out of these plastic containers due to their clasps at the edges. Those always want to hold themselves tight and not really want to pop out, but give it a little bit of force and then you free your Fry from her prison. So here she is. Take a look at the figure now up close and personal. You can see the very well detailed look at her shorts. You can see the little holes cut inside of them, just like how it looks in Splatoon 3 itself. Her mask, just like with Shivers, is very well detailed. You can see the individual lines on the actual mask creases, just like how it does look in the game itself. Although I think this actually looks better in person than compared to in Splatoon 3, just due to the amount of detail I can see on the figure here compared to the lower resolution that the Switch outputs for Splatoon. You just see a lot more detail here on this figure compared to the actual game. You can see her headpiece here on the top, very well detailed. Nice look at her hair. This is an Inkling design, so you can definitely see the difference between an Octoling's hairstyle and an Inkling's hairstyle here with Fry. You got her ear piercings here on the sides, which really show through really well. Very colorful looking ink, very reflective, just like all the Splatoon amiibo. And you can even see on the back here of Fry her little see-through outfit. Like, it's just a really nice looking figure. I've been saying that enough about these Splatoon figures, but they have always been some of my favorite amiibos released. And that trend continues with the Splatoon 3 set. So let's take a look at the final one here. He lives up to his name. This is Big Man, and he has the biggest amiibo box that I have seen in a long time. This thing is humongous. It's pretty much double the size of a normal amiibo box. It is insane just how much bigger the Big Man box is, but that's just because of how huge Big Man himself is. He is a big manta ray, so it makes sense for him to have the biggest box, and I'm glad they made him a pretty big amiibo to live up to his true size in the game itself. We got some nice artwork here of Big Man on the amiibo box itself, very well detailed. Take a look at the back. Now just bigger disappointment because it's the same blank information as before, just on a much bigger box. And I feel like this is the biggest missed opportunity here, to have nothing on the back of the Big Man amiibo box. You got a big canvas to work with, and yet chose to make it the most bland and generic art I have seen on amiibo box in my life. So this is disappointing. But you're not buying amiibo for the boxes, you're buying it for the figure. So let's go ahead and unbox our final of the 3 amiibo here. And this looks like it would be hard to get out of the box, but really, in my experience in the past, I have gotten amiibos in double packs before, even triple packs, which have boxes of the same size. And it's not that much different, honestly, to take out the figure outside of this specific portion here, where they tie down the figure inside the plastic. So you just have to undo these twist ties, and then the figure can actually just slide right out once you remove the plastic shell here from the said figure. So now I just lift this flap that's right on the back, very convenient. And Big Man, once we just slide him out of the twist ties here, which a little hard to show on camera and for me to actually see at the same time, he comes right out. So the most complicated package by far of these 3, but again, he is a big figure, so you would expect a big box to hold your Big Man. He is very reflective. I am seeing it now. Wow, this could be a little bit of a fingerprint magnet, because I can see he's made of that glossy plastic finish. And as you just saw there, my finger touching it, it will leave behind some prints. So maybe for this figure, if you're going to be moving around a lot, keep a microfiber cloth on standby so you can wipe him down after touching the figure. If you want to keep him from getting a little smudgy or retaining your fingerprints. But other than that, this guy, he looked clean. I really like how the red ink on the bottom just kind of pops out from here and there on the sides. It doesn't overpower the figure like it can for other Splatoon amiibo. It's just here on the bottom, just kind of poking its way out as it can. It's a really nice look. You can see on the edge here of Big Man's flipper on the left side, he got his little mask here as well. It's definitely little compared to a mask, say, from Shiver. You can see the size difference. The mask doesn't really fit Big Man all that well when you actually play the single player campaign in Splatoon 3. It does a good enough job to actually cover his face, which is the whole point of the mask. But when you see it up close and personal on the figure, it definitely looks very small compared to the rest of Big Man. But you can see he has his nice little hat on the top, very flat, just like Big Man himself. He's a very flat guy, as manta rays are very big when it comes to their overall size, but their actual depth is very, very thin. They could be as thin as a piece of paper. So you can see on the back here, we got some very detailed, wavy art lines here, which is really hard to see this kind of detail in Splatoon 3 itself, because most of the time you see these hosts from the front. It's very rare to see a back shot of these figures in the game. And I just really love to see all of the grooves here on the back of Big Man's fins. It is very, very well detailed. And a nice long tail here, the boot. Feels very flexible, but you wouldn't want to play on that too much, as it could break off with too much pressure. But that is the Big Man amiibo. Very well detailed, and he is very glossy, so I recommend having maybe a microfiber cloth on standby to keep him from getting all smudgy and full prints if you're going to be moving him around a lot. But that is the 3 different host amiibo here from Splatoon 3. So now that we unboxed all 3 of these hosts, let's go ahead and jump into the world of Splatsville and scan these amiibo into the game to see what they unlock. Okay, now we're in the world of Splatsville, ready to go ahead and scan in our newly unboxed amiibo into Splatoon 3. And as you can see here from our side view camera, we got our amiibo ready to go here on my desk. We got the Shiver, Fry, and Big Man amiibo here on my left, and I'm going to be scanning them into Splatoon 3 using my Splatoon 3 Pro Controller, which I have unboxed on this channel in the past. So if you want to see the unboxing of this said controller, I'll leave a link down in the description below to that said unboxing, where I not only showed off this controller, but also the physical copy of Splatoon 3. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into Splatsville to scan in our amiibo. I'll be using Splatsville for this demonstration, while you can also scan amiibo into Splatoon 3 in Inkopolis if you own the Inkopolis DLC. I'd rather just scan in the amiibo here in Splatsville, as it's right next to where you load in. So, without any further ado, let's scan our first amiibo into Splatoon 3. So our first amiibo of choice is going to be our Shiver amiibo. So let's scan Shiver into Splatoon 3. So first things first, we're going to need to register this amiibo to an account so we can go ahead and use it. So I'm going to go ahead and pick a me to use, and now we get to name the said amiibo. So I'm going to name her Shiver. I'm just going to name all the hosts after their own names. It just makes the most sense. So now, with the name recognized along with the me, we will go ahead and tap Shiver back on the controller, and that is the registration. So now, let's tap the figure once more on the controller to actually scan her in the game. Well, hello. I'm the one and only Shiver. Surely you know me from Deep Cut, the freshest pop sensation in the Splatsland. Well, you look like you got teeth, but do you have the bite that go with them? I'm sure getting a few more battles under your belt wouldn't hurt. You could turn out to be quite the ally. That's why I'm going to offer you the opportunity to become my friend. officially. As your friend, I can remember what gear you use, your camera settings, and even your freshest fits. It's good to be my friend. If you agree, then you'll be able to call me via the equip screen. I'll get your setup sorted in the thresh of a tail. What do you say? Are we gonna be friends? Yes, we will. So, gonna go ahead and say yes to that, and now we scan Shiver one more time to write data to the Amiibo. Thank you, friend. Here, I got a little something to help you remember this moment forever. We get ourselves some gear, so we get the Fox Shark Skin Plat Fins, a pair of shoes. And for now, that's all we get. I may have a few other surprises in store, but I need you to go battle your heart out for a while first. So come see me again, okay? Just let me know if I can help you with anything, okay? So Shiver here will give you 3 different pieces of gear, which will be her whole set of clothes that you're seeing on the said character. So on screen now, here are all the Amiibo pieces that you get from Shiver. I won't be getting them all in the video because there's just a lot of time that takes to get. You gotta play a good amount of Splatoon with the Amiibo registered for the said gear to show up. So just for the sake of time, here's what you can get from this said Amiibo. But we're done here for now. We can also take a picture with Shiver and save equipment to the Amiibo on the equip screen, which that's cool, but for now, we're just going to go down the lineup of the figures and scan our next Amiibo here in the lineup. Let's go ahead and scan our Fry Amiibo here in the Splatoon 3. Now we can go ahead and register the Amiibo itself, so let's go ahead and do just that. So I'm going to register with my said me of choice. Let's name it. And now, scan the Amiibo once again to complete the registration. And now with the registration complete, give it a moment because you know the drill at this point. You gotta tap the Amiibo on the controller once more to read it into the game. Fry from Deep Cut here, ready to battle. Repping the Splat Slans, we drip ink while the suckers lip sync. Booyah! Yo, you're looking strong, K! The extra K is for crushing it, because you totally are. Keep this up, and you'll be a super fresh Splatarian in no time. I just know it. Maybe one day, you'll even be the savior of the Splats lands. Ah, I'm getting ahead of myself. For now, why don't we officially friend up and bond over stories from the battlefield? It's pretty cool to be my friend because I'll remember your fave gear, your camera settings, and even all your freshest fits. Then you just hit me up from the equip screen and BAM! Fries on the case. I'll get that gear dialed up faster than an electric eel zap. So what do you say, BFF? Be Fry's friend? I mean, you already called me your BFF, so sure, let's go ahead and say yes to that. So let's scan in our Fry Amiibo once more to agree with this new friendship. Guess we gotta scan it one more time. Amiibos can be finicky. They don't always work on the first attempt. I gotcha. Literally, I got you a little commemoration gift. So, to start things out, we get a pair of eel heel socks. So, this is a piece of footwear. So, just like with the Shiver Amiibo, you'll get Amiibo gear here from Fry. That's based on her outfit. Come back and see me once you battled more. I'll just be chilling here, waiting to give you something super awesome. Okay, so what's up? Anything you need from me? So, because it's going to take me a while to get the rest of the gear since I have to play a little bit of Splatoon and then have the Amiibo registered while doing so, here's the remaining set of Fry gear that you'll get from scanning this set Amiibo into Splatoon 3. Just like with Shiver, you get the entire outfit that Fry is wearing to wear for yourself, which does look pretty cool in action, might I add. So, that is this Amiibo. we have one more left in the lineup of Amiibo here. It's the man talking on the news now. Let's go ahead and scan our final Amiibo on the list, the biggest of all of them. Let's scan Big Man into Splatoon 3. So now we gotta register our Big Man. So let's go ahead and do just that. So pick your me, go ahead and call him what you want, which I'm just gonna name him Big Man for obvious reasons. And now with the Amiibo all registered, let's go ahead and tap him back on the controller. And now tap him once more to actually load him into Splatoon. Hey! Oh, I bumped my head. Hey! Let me try this again. Hi, I'm Big Man from Deep Cut. It's super nice to meet you. Hey! Whoa, you got some nice looking gear. Hey! And I bet you'll collect even more cool stuff as you battle, since it seems like you have a great sense of style. Hey? So, sorry this is weird, but do you want to be friends? Hey! If I were your friend, I remember what gear you have equipped, your camera settings, and your freshest fits. Hey! And that means you could just go to the equip screen and get set up in a hurry. Hey! So, what do you say? Want to friend up? No worries if not. Well, I definitely want to be your friend, so let's go ahead and tap you onto the controller to agree. Hey! This is gonna be great! Here, I got you something to celebrate the occasion. Take it! So, our first pair of gear set here from Big Man are the Big Muds. A nice pair of shoes. They look pretty cool. Very much like his actual skin design on his said fins. It's a nice looking pair of shoes. Hey, I might have a few other gift ideas for you, so come back and see me after you battle some more. Hey, so how can I help you? So, just like with Shiver and Fry, it's going to take a little while for me to play more of Splatoon with the Amiibo register to get the remaining set of gear. So, here's the remaining set of gear that you will get from Big Man, which is a nice looking outfit that you wouldn't really expect at first, because at least when it comes to the shoes and the said shirt, you gotta take some creative liberties, because Big Man is technically only wearing a hat. So what do you do with the shoes and the said shirt? But I think given the creative liberties they took, it will make you look like Big Man when you're wearing the entire Big Man ensemble here of Amiibo gear. But that are all the Amiibos here in Splatoon. So now let's just go ahead and back out, and that's going to do it for all of the Amiibos themselves. So just like how we were told from all these different Amiibo, we can go into our options screen, and if we go over to Amiibo, we can save all of our freshest fits, camera settings, and we can also use these set Amiibo to take pictures either in the main plaza area or also in stages via recon mode. So there are a lot of different things you can do with the same Amiibo. I've used the Amiibo in the past to save freshest fits just to make things easier. And in fact, let's go ahead and show how that works with Big Man, since I can go ahead and just kind of use that to show how freshest fits work if you modify things. So we'll scan Big Man here to write data to the set Amiibo itself. So now when we tap Big Man into the game, we can have other freshest fits. So at this point, I'm just going to change my gear around to different things. So I'll just use this set here, and we will register that fit. And now, let us take our Big Man Amiibo and scan it back into Splatoon 3. And now, as you can see, my gear changed back to what it was right before I had the random set of clothes equipped on my character. And if I look at my freshest fits right now, you can see I have freshest fits 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 from before, But now I have an extra page here from the Amiibo, so I have 5 more freshest fits to work with. And then I can scan these into the game and actually register these fits after I scan them in. So I can change back into my fit number 1 here from the Amiibo. And now that I have this fit, I don't want my number 1 anymore, so I can register this from the Amiibo itself. And that is now my new number 1 freshest fits pick. This is important to know because if I go back into my said menu here and look at my freshest fits, the Amiibo set is now gone. So the Amiibo set only stays on the screen when you scan in your Amiibo. But this is still a very useful function because with only 5 fits in the game, you might have more than 5 different gear sets and weapons selected. Your playstyles might change based on what you want to play. Here to there, depending on the mode or just what weapon you're in the mood to play now in Splatoon. So you might have different stuff built out. So it's really good to have the Amiibo for this reason, because it lets you do a lot of stuff when it comes to registering all these different characters into the game, having a bunch of different fits, because if you have all this Splatoon Amiibo, that is a lot of customization when it comes to your freshest fits. And the last thing we can do is we can take a picture here with our Amiibo. And I want to take a picture with one of the hosts now with the hosts here in Splatsville still doing their news section. So here we got Shiver and Fry and Big Man just wrapping up one of their broadcasts. So I'm going to go ahead and use that same Big Man Amiibo and try to take a picture with him and see what happens. As we can tell there in the background, he's just kind of chilling, hanging behind the TV, talking to the hosts. But what would happen if I scanned Big Man into Splatoon 3 now to take a picture? So we can put Big Man anywhere, so I'm going to probably put him... I probably just say the default location is probably good enough because there's not many places I can put him here. So as you can see, when you scan one of the hosts, it doesn't matter which one, Shiver, Fry, or Big Man, all 3 of them will disappear from the back of the news section. They are no longer there in their set. All 3 of them, surprisingly, just disappear. I can understand why Big Man would disappear, because Big Man himself would be here outside of the newsroom. I wouldn't think he would be there anymore, but the rest of them, don't know why they disappear. That one's interesting. You can turn on or off date, spot names, your nicknames, even the controls you can hide. And you can have a lot of different poses between yourself and the Amiibo here. So you can take a picture pretty much in any way you want, and multiple filters to apply to your set pictures too, if you're into that kind of thing. So the only problem I have with this right now is I can't really see my pose unless I leave the menu, just due to where my menu is located. Other than that, this is a really customizable way of taking pictures here in Splatoon. I just like the idea of taking pictures with your Amiibo hosts like this, or any of the other characters in the game. It's always a nice little touch in my opinion, and depending on where you put your said Amiibo, you can do a lot when it comes to just a lot of different shots here in general. Well, that's everything that I wanted to go ahead and take a look at here in Splatoon 3 regarding these Splatoon Amiibo hosts. And out of the 3 different Amiibos, if I had to say which one of my favorite, I would say that Big Man is my favorite of the 3 different Amiibos here. I mean, he just lives up to his name. Look at how big he is compared to the Shiver and Fry Amiibos. He's massive. And in fact, if I just take him here and compare him to the size of my Pro Controller, you can see he's just as big, and if not, maybe even bigger in some ways, compared to the Switch Pro Controller. He's massive. The only problem, though, I do have with the Big Man Amiibo is that he is pretty glossy, so fingerprints and smudges can show up pretty easily on the figure. So if you're handling this thing a lot to use in Splatoon 3, I recommend keeping a microfiber cloth on standby, because then you can just wipe off any of those fingerprints and smears and make them look as good as new. Other than that, he's a really great design, and I just like how the colors pop on the said figure, and the glossy finish really does add to the detail. In terms of the other 2 here, for Shiver and Fry, both of these Amiibo look really good, especially with their masks. I think these masks are very well detailed, as we've seen in the proper unboxing format here. of the said video. They're both really good looking amiibo, and I especially like how their paint reflects in the light, just like all Splatoon amiibos. They look really nice in bright lights. It's just very reflective and very colorful. They pop all the time. So these amiibo are great looking, and they're very functional too. They allow you to do a lot in Splatoon 3. Between having 5 freshest fits scanned at all times, ready to go in Splatoon, which allows for so many different ways of customization. Having them be able to use for pictures is really nice if you just take a lot of different pictures in Splatoon 3. That way you can have really cool looking pictures to share with your friends, especially now with the hosts being a set of characters that you can use. That's really cool. And also the amiibo gear is also some pretty good stuff too, especially Big Man's amiibo set. In my opinion, as I already played with the amiibo gear, even before I had these amiibo unboxed, as I played the Sheldon Dress Up Showdown Challenge, after it came back, once these amiibo were released and the amiibo gear was in Splatoon 3, I played with all 3 of the different amiibo gear from Shiver Fry and Big Man. And out of the 3, Big Man had some of the best abilities on his clothes by default. Big Man's gear set is just really good. So, the really strong pieces of gear between all these amiibo, but especially Big Man, I found his set to be really useful for tower control in my experience. So, definitely good to have more amiibo gear. And I'm glad to have these Splatoon 3 amiibo hosts now in my collection to make a full set once again of all of the different characters in the world of all the Splatoon games. But that's going to do it for this video. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And if you want to see more Splatoon amiibo unboxings, I'll link in the description below to the Splatoon 3 game unboxing with the Pro Controller, along with another video where I unbox the first wave of Splatoon 3 amiibo that released a few months after Splatoon 3 came out in 2022. But with all that said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.